Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. Gold for $499 an ounce. Is this too good to be true? Yes. Now let's explore. When I use the word fool, I don't necessarily mean it as an insult, but there is a fool out there who actually thought that you could get gold for $499 an ounce these days. But as you can see in these images, these are fake gold coins. You can even kind of tell just by looking at them if you have a keen eye for gold eagles and you've bought any number of them in the past. Likely, even if you're a pure stacker, you're going to look at the details of the coin, and you can just kind of tell, even just by looking at these images, that these are not real. Well, this is a subject that cannot be covered enough in this community, and that is to watch out. Do not become victims of fake sellers of fake gold coins, and silver coins too. I'm going to be referencing an article here from numismaticnews.net. If you enjoy videos about education, news, and precious metals of all sorts, of all kinds, even some base metals, I do it here on this channel. I hope you will consider subscribing, pressing the thumbs up button, and maybe sharing these videos as well too as a service. Hundreds of websites are selling counterfeit gold and silver coins. And you've seen me talk about some of these places before as well. Anti-Counterfeiting Educational Foundation warns of fake precious metal and rare coins offered online. And they also help a Texas investor who became an unsuspecting victim. They really should take the word investor out there and refer to him as a fool, because not only is he hurting himself, but he's also hurting others every time you purchase from these sites. So this is what was bought for about $1,000 that came in the mail to him. And you can tell even by this not so great picture of these items that there's something off about these coins, especially the way that they're packaged here. It's not very often you see that kind of white ring and capsules for all of these. They're just bullion coins. But anyways, the article commences here. Looking to buy gold and silver, Oliver. So it's probably not his real name. I think I'd be pretty ashamed to share my real name too. This investor in Texas responded to advertisements on Facebook from two companies that touted exceptionally low introductory offer prices for silver and gold bullion coins. Now I'm going to stop right there because let's think about this for a moment. These social media companies, including the one you're watching this video on, at least one of the ones you're watching this video on, they are overly, almost Nazi-like in terms of what they perceive to be misinformation, disinformation, or what have you. If you say the wrong thing by their machine, what their machine learning catches on, or their algorithm catches, well, you will be put in a warning or given a community guideline strike and the like. They're very good at catching the stuff that they want that doesn't fit their political narrative. However, they're totally fine with spam and scammers out there. Make no mistake, this video will have multiple spam comments that come across it. And there have been some who have reached out to me that actually were victims of this stuff. Do not respond to them. Do not give in to them. Anything that's too good to be true, like giveaways, and say, hey, you've been selected for a giveaway, and it doesn't have my channel name, but a WhatsApp number. It's common sense. And common sense really rules the day here. You just have to stop and think before acting emotionally on any certain offers. And this, quote, investor, that's really what should be in quotes here, because if he was a smart investor, he would not have fallen for these ads. Nonetheless, the article continues. He paid $1,000 and now is trying to get his money back because the gold coin and all 50 silver coins he received are counterfeits, apparently made in China, according to the nonprofit Anti-Counterfeit Educational Foundation. I started suspecting they were not genuine when tracking information for my orders was in Chinese, said Oliver. That was a red flag. Well, let me tell you something, Oliver. The red flag was the price being offered. And if you did any cursory research on the website you were looking at, you would have found out that it was not genuine either. They don't do a particularly good job at trying to conceal their scam. And there are ways to tell, and I've actually gone over that several times with some of these websites that I've covered in the past. He says that's a red flag. Also saw the same advertisement online with the same format and the same pricing, but with different company names. There you go. When I received the orders, I thought I had gotten taken. Yes, indeed. You sure did. In fact, honestly, I'm surprised they even shipped them out. That really shocks me that they shipped anything out at all. At the time he placed his order, a 1-ounce United States Mint produced American Gold Eagle would have been priced at about $1,950. He paid $499 but got a counterfeit. Each of the 50 1-ounce American Silver Eagle coins he ordered should have sold for about $40 each, a total of about $2,000 for 50 genuine examples. Oliver paid $499.98 for 50, but received only fakes. He now is working with his credit card companies to reverse the charges on his 2 purchases and is assisting the ACEF to alert investigators and the public. Good luck. Now, obviously, videos like this and articles like this from Numismatic News are great things, but the thing is that these sites are everywhere, and all they're going to be able to do is just have a campaign to try to alert and educate folks. They're not going to. These Chinese counterfeiters will never be caught, and the problem is that the Chinese government, the CCM, the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, they're fine with these kind of scams because communism is a scam in and of itself, and so it's right in line with their ideology. It's ridiculous. And this is one way and one area that makes me not, and by the way, I never, and I have not for quite some time, will buy brand new Chinese gold and silver coins. I have some in my collection that I bought some time ago, but that's one reason why I don't buy them. Plus, they moved away from the ounce. But one of the major reasons why I don't buy Chinese bullion products is for reasons just like this. The government sells that stuff but does nothing to stop the fakes that are out there. Chinese counterfeiters are blowing up the web, selling fake silver and gold coins that may look like the real thing at first glance, but certainly are not, said Doug Davis, director of ACEF Anti-Counterfeiting. We've seen suspicious ads posted on many platforms, including Amazon and Facebook, with links to the fraudsters' websites. This is an area where these social media companies need to get woke, or they need to wake up, really, is what needs to happen, and they can do things to prevent them from being posted in the first place. Be proactive on this. They really need to do that, but nonetheless, even so, it's up to us as individuals, certainly, to be have our head on straight and to actually think before we buy. The counterfeiters and their accomplices are heavily marketing fakes through social media and online coin dealer websites, explained Davis, a former Texas police chief. We now are tracking more than 300 websites selling fakes, many of them apparently operated by the same individuals or companies, but often under different company names. Some even copy the exact wording and actual photos from legitimate dealers' web pages. Indeed, in fact, I called one and covered that very thing on one of my prior videos. Remember, if you don't know precious metals or rare coins, you'd better know a reputable seller, such as experts affiliated with the Accredited Precious Metals Dealer Program or the Professional Numismatist Guild. Yes, indeed. And that's really rule number 1. Lesson number 1 is common sense. If you're just getting started in any kind of new hobby or investment or in this case a hedge with precious metals, you got to do a little homework. You got to do a little research. And one of the first things is knowing where to buy and knowing who to buy from, who is legitimate and who is not. Yes, indeed. So those are the things you look for. You can look for those logos on the websites, but the thing is sometimes those images can be stolen as well too. So probably going to those websites would be a good place to start, especially for the APM dealers. Accredited precious metals dealers. Yes, indeed. And of course, obviously, members of both PNG and APMD must follow a strict code of ethics in the buying and selling of numismatic merchandise. The foundation is alerting the Secret Service about the fakes as part of the organization's ongoing assistance to federal, state, and law enforcement, as well as prosecutors to fight counterfeiting and the sale of counterfeit coins. The important work of the Anti-Counterfeiting Educational Foundation and its volunteer task force of rare coin and precious metals experts is supported entirely by donations. So that is one way to do that. But you know what? I think the thing is, the best way is to just teach people to exercise a bit of common sense in this case. But very interesting indeed. Again, do not be fooled. Spread this message far and wide. Learn from the lessons of those. And you know the old adage, and we all are aware of it, if it sounds too good to be true, it most likely is, indeed. Very rarely will we see cases where things sound too good to be true. But what is the difference between sounding too good to be true or sounding really good that makes you question if it's true? In other words, some of these places, they may say, well, you know what, we're going to sell gold at 5% under spot and take a loss on it, or sell it at spot. I've actually done companies for the first time in that realm. In that case, I did take a risk, take a chance. I had some buyer protection there, but there are some cases where it can sound really, really good, but not so good that it's too good to be true. There is a fine line there, and so I want to separate this from others. But a gold at $499 an ounce, come on, man, as was once quoted by a famous philosopher who is now president of the United States. So there we go. And I'm not joking, man. I'm not joking. But I am having a little bit of fun here at the end. So I hope you found this video interesting. I think it's a message that it can't be talked about enough. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. We'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch, and to encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.